Hello and welcome to Vikram Loves to Freelance. Today's video is more like a rant wherein I'm actually taking up the topic of PayPal's exchange rate. And this is something which has been annoying me for quite some time, and it's to do with the fact that PayPal per se always talks about the fees which it takes, but it never seems to take up the aspect of exchange rate, which I have particularly observed is always different and always lower from the actual exchange rate which I see on any of the currency sites. So for example, like I'm in India, so I'm when I'm working freelance, I'm earning in dollars, and when I need to transfer that money to my PayPal account, I need to have those dollars converted into Indian rupees. So nowadays, typically the dollar is about, say, about 53, 54, rupees to a dollar. But when I, try and get that money to my bank account wherein the currency conversion actually happens, I always and invariably see a difference of around a rupee at least for every dollar. Why does this difference happen? That is something which I'm very curious about. Where does PayPal take its exchange rate from? This is something I'm very curious about, because typically if those particular sites are clearly showing the exchange rate, it just doesn't make any sense to me as to why should the exchange rate be different. And when I say that for every dollar, say there's a difference of a rupee, so imagine if I'm withdrawing, say, $1,000, I'm losing as much as 1,000 rupees only on the exchange rate. This is over and above any personal payments which I've received. I've got a fee aspect which I'm paying to PayPal. So PayPal, I really want to know. I'm very curious that you say that this is the rate, or this is the figure that we've calculated on the basis of latest exchange rates available to us. Where do you get your exchange rates from? That's something which I really want to know. And why isn't there a certain element of transparency around this? You're pretty transparent when it comes to fees, which is something great. But I don't think you're transparent when it comes to the exchange rate. And I think that's something which you really need to address. You need to be transparent in terms of, okay, if this is the actual exchange rate which you're seeing on any of the common currency sites, our exchange rate source is perhaps different, or if you are actually profiteering from the difference in the actual exchange rate versus your exchange rate, I would like to see you transparent about it. Why don't you just admit that, okay, we take a slightly lower exchange rate and we make money on that as well? Why isn't that ever, publicly announced, if that is true, which is what I'm presuming to be true? So, this is something which I wanted to raise in today's video, and I really hope that, hopefully somebody at PayPal will probably see this video someday, and then, will be able to give a, good quality response in terms of, okay, this is the actual factual, state of affairs, and this is how it is. So that's something I really want to know. Cheers.